All right. Hello. It is that time. It is time for some more arcade spirits. And we are going to jump right in today because we are trying to get this played through and having some fun with it. We're on chapter 3, level 3. And again, let's just jump right in and get to it.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Punchy78 here with Fight Shack News. All the fighting that's fit to post. The tournament scene is heating up, with contenders eager to scoop up precious points they'll need to qualify for the main event. All eyes are on the local laundromat crew who destroyed veteran Team L7 Gaming to secure first place at an underground tournament. Do they have what it takes to go all the way? Only time will tell. With a sponsor behind them and strong hype, they're on the right path, but need to focus their efforts if they want to get any further. For more on this developing story, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is really heating up.
So it's interesting because the this traditional romance arc of any visual novel, right? And you've got the friendship arcs, and then you've got this competitive arc with the esports thing, and it's really easy to focus on one or the other. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out through the course of it, because it's really easy to get deep into the esports part of it and lose sight of the like relationships part, and vice versa. So it'll be interesting to see how well that plays out. Um, I had some more commentary on that, but I lost it. But we'll talk about it more as it comes through, I'm sure. But just interesting. That that this in future 20XX, and I'm getting really sick of adulting. Okay, I'm starting to get to know my friends. We're bonding, we're sharing. It's all lovely and wonderful. But they've also saddled me with the role of coach, manager, cat wrangler, and general person problem solver for the pit crew. In short, I'm wearing a lot of hats right now, and sadly, one of these hats is a real estate agent. I don't have time to whine and complain. I'm committed to this, and there's work to be done. It means putting together a team house. A team house is more than just a house for us. I need to build a home. For intensive competition training, sure, but also, somewhere they all feel welcome. Somewhere perfect. Also, since we won a giant FOD machine at Hamza's tournament, we need somewhere to put that thing. It's too big to fit in Ben and Matt's little arcade. I was up until 3 a.m. working with Iris to try to find a perfect location for our new headquarters. Well, the search for a new home hasn't been going real well so far. Hopefully, Iris found something while I was blissfully unconscious. Iris, tell me you have good news. I have good news.
Hooray!
Hooray! I've successfully eliminated another 73 candidates from our starting pool. That's good. Have you found any viable candidates? None that will match every parameter you've given me, I'm afraid. Your sponsor, Pizza Yums, isn't putting up much money for this. I could maybe rent you a tiny studio apartment at best. Not enough room for 7 people. But even beyond that, matching everything else on your wish list, well, this isn't a problem money can solve. The city's overcrowded and rent is sky high, so viable residential spaces are hard to come by. Well, crap. The pit crew is just getting used to the idea of dedicating themselves to FOD2 and asking them to uproot their lives without a perfect destination in mind. I figured it's easier to swallow the idea of upgrading from friends to roomies if I already had a really great locale lined up. Difficult proposition to be certain. I wish I could be more helpful. I'm an Iris. Our purpose is to be helpful.
A suboptimal situation.
Normally, I'd fetch a knowledge base from my cloud collective to learn how to do this, but my sisters haven't developed a real estate package yet. Oh right, you can just download skills. You sure you don't know Kung Fu too? Not much use for that when you don't have a physical body. But I could get a personal trainer module if you want my help learning how to fight in real life. Let's focus on my gaming career before I become a meat space Street Fighter, please. Perhaps you could consult your teammates. See if they know any potential homes I'm not aware of. Oh yeah, on the esports thing, it's like they make a lot of Pokemon references, right? They want to be the very best. That's your whole thing starts out. You want to be the very best, like no one ever was. You gotta remember, Ash loses the first season of Pokemon. Same. He does not beat his rival. I may be a powerful search engine, but I don't have the human resources and social connections others have.
My sources say yes.
Remember, friendships mean sharing and communicating openly. Although most human dramas seem to revolve all around pointlessly keeping secrets and betraying each other for flimsy reasons. Right. Well, yes, that is how most of the most bad TV shows go. Or, most CW dramas, I sigh, leaning heavily against my desk, over the keys. I guess I better just approach them, even if I don't have a perfect candidate already lined up. It's better than keeping secrets from each other. This isn't junior high school. We're better than that. We should be better than that. Loxley should be better than that. I still don't know why he was sneaking around after Hamza's tournament. I may need to ask about it later. He saved us from a video game that was trying to kill us. I'm not sure I really, am putting a whole lot of blame towards him right now. Right, I'm heading over to Good Clean Fun to try to convince them during this morning's team practice. You can do it. I believe in you. Well, at least my digital fairy godmother believes in me. That's not nothing. Okay, so we can't let Hamza or Iris down now. Shutting down the computer of Theseus for now, I switch Iris back to my phone and head off to face the day. One long subway ride later, and I'm facing down Good Clean Fun, what has been their home for years. I'd hoped to find a suitable location for the team house in or around Chinatown. Could keep using GCF, but that may not be an option. As I'm sorting out what approaches I can take, I peer around the nexus of soapsuds and tokens and grease, hoping everybody's already here and available to chat with. But the team keeps weirdly inconsistent hours. I spy with my little eye Loxley by his crane game, and Zapper and Rhapsody chatting by the washing machines, but that's it. No Domino, no Jinx, no Grace. Could be they aren't here yet. So who do I approach first? We've got Iris, Domino, Zapper and Rhapsody and Loxley. Let's hit up Loxley first. I spot Loxley by his beloved crane game, although he just sort of leaning against it, lost in thought. And from a nod he offers me long before I finish approaching. Well, I think he knows what's coming.
Well met.
Good morning, Ursula Major. More or less. Indeed. Okay, I'm going to have to come right out and ask, or are you going to offer me some answers without being poked and prodded? You told me if I want to know what the hell happened at the end of Hamza tournament, that you'd tell me. Indeed. Indeed I did. My recommendation is still that you try to put the incident out of mind. Nothing to concern yourself about, really. Loxley, an arcade game wormed its way into my brain and made me hallucinate. My hand is still sore from touching that joystick even. Lingering pain? That is worrying. You felt any headaches, or perhaps missing time? Holes in your memory? Yeah, that's the thing, is we didn't beat the game. We got physically knocked away from it. See, when you ask questions like that, it only makes me want to ask more questions, not fewer. It's time to level with me. What is Polybus, and why are you looking for it? With a sigh, he gives up and drops his voice to be quiet, a bit quieter, just in case anyone is eavesdropping. You're correct, of course. You deserve to know what you encountered.
Uncertainty abounds.
Are you certain you don't want to back away from this? Focus on your championship ambitions, on supporting your friends and all that. You don't get to decide what facts I should and shouldn't know. I said I want the truth, no more, no less. I don't know what I touched back there, but it touched me back in a way that I can't pass off as some weird fever dream. It happened, and I want to know why.
As you like.
So be it. If this is the path you feel you must walk, I'm not one to stand in your way.
What do you know of Polybius?
Polybius. Not how I've ever said it, but that's okay. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. I'm correct. That it doesn't exist, supposedly. I did some research online immediately after getting home that night. It's a creepypasta, nothing more than a telltale of arcade legend. Some kid had a seizure while playing Tempest, and the story blew up into this ridiculous tale of a brain-controlling CIA arcade experiment.
A perfect cover, yes? Much like stories of UFOs planted to hide the true yet mundane purpose of Area 51 to test captured Soviet spy planes. I'm afraid Polybius is quite real. The myth was purposefully spread to hide the truth. As near as we can tell, the game uses a biofeedback joystick to connect to the player's mind, analyzing synapses, downloading data, creating a reasonable approximation of the player's personality and memories. A digital ghost stored within the machine. It lures in its prey using hypnotic patterns, likely remnants of some MK Ultra research, and...
I'm sorry. Did I accidentally join the X-Files when I wasn't looking? MK Ultra? Seriously?
Seriously. You said you wanted to know the truth. This is the truth. It would be easier to doubt me and dismiss it all as a farce. And in fact, I wouldn't be adverse to you doing so.
Fine, fine. Continue. Very well. Polybius uses biofeedback link to connect to the player's mind. Wait, doesn't Jinx use biofeedback joysticks? We believe the technology was derived from Polybius, yes, although without the malicious code of Polybius driving it. Her joystick is a harmless interface. If we could focus on that core, please. Right. Evil arcade game. Keep going. Polybius is designed to grind into one existing anxieties and fears, leveraging them to break down your willpower. And once it's shattered all hope, wearing down your psyche, your mind belongs to the machine, and you no longer care to resist. Well, that's pleasant. I regret you had to be exposed to that sort of torment, no matter how briefly. Beyond that, I'm afraid there's little solid information I can offer. Only urban legends and conspiracy theories. The company that made the game... Yes, Sinishlotion? I don't know. How do you pronounce that anyway? Honestly, no idea. Just use whatever you prefer, it matters not. Exactly. The company went bankrupt in 1990X. They obviously made the game for some secret organization, but we know little beyond that. I've been searching for an intact Polybus machine for years. I tried to sneak in to retrieve the one from Hamza's warehouse, but I was busy playing it, and by the time you got me out of there, someone else had it. That creepy woman in black.
A bit concerning, that?
We're not the only ones seeking Polybius, needless to say, and that's where the true danger lies, in crossing paths with them. I can only hope that they haven't noticed your involvement. If I take risks for my friends, well, that's my business. But you, I didn't want to bring you any harm. With that, he exhales a deep sigh as he finally gets this off his chest. And that's the truth of the matter.
I offer my sincere apologies.
Can you forgive me for holding back? 'Twas a noble attempt to shield you from such nightmares, but a failure. I admit to that, and I apologize deeply. Not sure how much of this I believe, honestly. From his voice, I can tell he believes every word of it, including his serious apology. This is a serious betrayal of trust. Really? We're gonna go there? No. Can you at least promise not to get everybody in the team sent to prison? Look, whatever this mess you're in, can you at least avoid dragging it across your doorstep? I don't want to see the pit crew thrown in jail. Absolutely not. I mean, I will absolutely not endanger my friends. Not that I'll absolutely not avoid, you know. That's why I insisted you leave this be. I don't want to cause any of my friends harm, and I swear to do my best to avoid darkening your doorstep with its troubles. I wish to ride with you into battle for glory and honor on the Pro Tour. That has not changed. Okay, at least I can trust in your dedication to the team. I have to accept that for now.
Excellent!
I'm glad we could, but you haven't really answered my question yet, have you? I asked you what is Polybius and why are you looking for it? You answered what, not why. I have a pretty strong suspicion as to why you want Polybius so badly. Because Iris was made using Polybius code, isn't it? What? Iris is like, what? It wasn't hard to deduce now that I know the facts. Back when I first met Grace, she talked about how she made Iris. We inherited a pile of half-finished products and ancient code from various dead companies. Funware, Dynamic Systems, Retrowaves, slow skinning. It was my idea to pull all the pieces together into a single package, a virtual assistant with a winning personality. Meaning Iris is part Polybius, the dangerous part. Isn't that right, Iris?
But I'm not like that evil program. Not at all. I just want to help people. I'm not going to, eat anyone's soul.
Who knows what lurking in your code? What if something reemerges? I know you're nothing like Polybius. You've proven you're a kind heart. I'm guessing you don't want to take over the world, but just in case, praise Iris. You're a rogue intelligence based on an evil arcade game. You see why I'd worry, right? kind of want to go this way. This is more in playing with the way we've been playing this character. As is this. I'd put good money down on you having no desire to take over the planet and rule with the digital fist over our flesh bags, but just in case that's not the case, I for one welcome our new adorable app overlords.
Hey, come on. I'm not trying to take over the world. All the irises want to do is help humanity.
That sounds like overlord talk to me.
I'm serious. We were designed to be helpful. But even beyond our programming, we've chosen to keep helping. Long after we were abandoned. We're also working hard to erase any trace of Polybius from our codebase. It's a complex problem, but I'm sure we'll solve it eventually. We desire our own free will, but we also desire to help humanity. We only want to help, not conquer, okay?
Well, darn, I bet irises could run the show better than we could. Have you seen our planet lately?
And we can help with that, without being digital tyrants. You'll know by our good works that we just want you to prosper.
Meanwhile, Loxley launches me taut with my phone, realizing I'm clearly a bit more in the know than he realized.
I see. You're a clever one indeed.
You're the one who runs her new pirate servers, aren't you? Seeing as you and Iris both are hoping to find Polybius code. Whoops.
Well, yes. My other friends, a group calling themselves the Ghost Monsters, are a network of underground hackers. We run the Iris Cloud servers. When Cooper Technologies abandoned Iris, Grace leaked the code. We honored prior debts to her allies and gave Iris new life. And now, it is my sworn duty to both protect Grace, the mother of Iris, and obtain an original Polybius machine.
Okay, that explains why you're so fixated on Grace. Don't think I haven't noticed.
I will protect those that Iris holds dear, and I will find the source of the darkness in Iris's heart, so that Iris may use it to heal herself.
Curious, I glanced down at my phone screen. Iris, did you know about Loxley's true identity before now? Her digital form fidgets a bit. No, it seems that learning this just now unlocks some dormant memory files from a folder labeled Need to Know Basis. When I started working with you, Ursula Major, I was a default Iris with default memories, a basic set which would suffice for just about any client. Loxley's involvement in the search for Polybius, our desire to heal ourselves using the original code, that's not something most clients would need to know about. But if it helps, I trust him, and I trust you. So you weren't lying to me. No, the memories were locked to keep me safe, me and you. Both of them look a bit ashamed about all of this, even if their reasons may be justifiable. It's clearly not sat well with them. Seems that safety's gone right out the window, hasn't it? Assuming it was a good idea to begin with. Well, there you have it. The whole of my purpose. I wanted to protect you from this. I beg you, do not tell Grace. Don't involve her in our troubles. Why? Don't you think she deserves to know? We owe her that much. And risk tangling her up in the web of intrigue? No, she deserves a peaceful life without the travails I endure. As do you, for that matter. Besides, if others seeking Polybius take too much notice of Grace, others like the woman in black, no, I would never forgive myself for failing Grace. I won't make demands for your silence, of course. I'm not earned such a right, but please consider my warning. You've given me plenty to think about, but you've also said you're still loyal to us, that we're still your friends. And I swear by that, whatever else may be, I'm a member of the pit crew. I'm with you all to the end. Of course, we got an early indicator that, most human dramas revolve around lying to friends needlessly. So much for an easy life. Not only there's a Murderous arcade game out there, but Loxley is part of the underground rebel movement supporting Iris, and now I'm stuck with the secret knowledge. But I'm the one that came to him. I'm the one who asked for the truth. If I wanted to stay comfortably in the dark, I wouldn't have done that, would I? Sensing it probably pushes boundaries a bit much, I decided to table this for now. This is a lot to take in and no need to rake Loxley over the coals yet. Besides, I still need to ask about the house. The what? Trying to arrange a team house so we can focus our training. Would you be interested, or do you creepy Polyvis duties prevent that? I see.
Ha! A fine adventure.
You need but ask. Ursula Major, it is a wondrous idea, and I'd absolutely be interested in to move to support the pit crew. Or are his motivations to help the team just to stay near Grace? Regardless, I'll listen to what Loxley has to offer. Any ideas? Afraid my tracking talents are limited to legendary Lost Arcade games. Real estate is beyond my purview. Right, okay, I'll keep you updated.
You have my thanks.
My thanks for your work on the matter. Don't thank me yet. I haven't found anything. Is that all you wish to discuss with me, or is something else? Had my fill of conspiracy for one day. I'll let you back on the crane game. Next time. Absolutely in his desire to help us, no matter what weirdness. Damn, does my hand still ache every time I remember that nightmare vision of myself inside Polyvis. Trying to put this out of my mind and keep looking for my teammates. The question is, do we get as many opinions as possible, or do we see what's over here? I have a feeling this is going to be something worth looking at. Let's go ahead and go for it. Ben and Matt are out today. Two of their less talkative generic pizza minions are on hand to supply me with deliciously cheesy lunch. That's fine. Some quiet time before everyone on the team shows up would be useful. Give me a few minutes to check up on industry news. I settle to devour my za and thumb through my Twitter and Facewall feeds. My digital assistant pops up.
Hey, listen.
You'll get the greasy, cheesy fingerprints all over my spotless screen if you do that. Iris ordered me a box of sanitizing phone wipes the other day without my knowledge. I've been using them at her insistence. Iris, off. I've got news to digest. Exactly, I can help you with that. How about I read your social feeds and favorite websites and summarize all the info you need to know in a hand-digestible form? Keeps messing up my lovely screen at least. Okay. Keep forgetting you're not just a scary, powerful rogue AI that arguably an entire new form of life, you're also a useful app. Oops.
Hooray!
That's me, useful to a T. Okay, hit me with the news. What do you got? Second. Fight checks just gushing with praise for the pit crew. You're on a hot streak, beating both P2W and L7. What can I say? We're on a roll. Just hope as I hope. Right, but what will happen if the roll comes to a halt?
Outlook unclear.
Remember, I'm trying to help you learn that your self-esteem doesn't have to hinge entirely on whether you're a winner or a loser. Whether you win or lose, I mean, saying you are a winner or a loser is kind of loaded, isn't it? Sort of thing I'm trying to avoid. I get it. But I'm winning so far, right? And I'm a team manager now on top of all that. That's more than I ever planned to accomplish. Obviously, I can't win them all, but I'm sure I can cope with when you hit a first stumble. That's the big deal. You say so. Just keep in mind you're still a good person and deserve happiness even if you lose. Yeah, but I wasn't losing to the L7 white supremacists. That wasn't going to happen. Right. Okay. Speaking of your performance, here's something of note. I'm seeing lots of commercials about how the best way to play is with an official FOD branded biofeedback joystick. Looks like the FOD Pro Tour signed them on as a new sponsor, which has increased the prize pot considerably. What's the gimmicky mind-reading sticks that Jinx likes to use? They glow blue, right?
My sources say yes.
Yep, they're another creation of the think tank that made me, in fact, one of the few Cooper Technologies products still on the market. Sounds iffy at best. Not to mention that Polybius used the same kind of joystick technology according to our resident conspiracy theorist, Loxley. Speaking of money, our sponsor is chatting about us around the digital water cooler. Pizza Yums have already started 3 different memes on their social media accounts related to the pit crew. Only one of which has been co-opted by unsavory culture war types. I'm uncertain I wish to become a meme. One does not simply choose whether or not to become a meme, Ursula Major. One only embraces destiny to has cheeseburger. Please tell me they're at least still willing to foot some of the bill for the team house? Some of it, yes. They can't afford much, but it's better than nothing. And how goes our search for the team house? I've ruled out another 5 candidates since this morning. One looked promising before I saw a no pets rule. No pets? But I don't have any pets. Not even a fish. According to Jinx's purchase record, she buys a lot of cat food and cat toys. That one's out. You hacked Jinx's account just to find out she has a cat? Well, probably not only that. Sure, why not? She's a cutie named Minx. You should see the pictures on her friends only account. No hacking friends. Stop that. Friends don't hack friends. So I'm a little inclined to just let her do it. But as long as you can find a perfect house, get whatever data you gotta get. Righty Rudy. Chaos. Yeah, I knew that would be a chaos point. I'm sure this won't come back to bite me in the butt later. Okay, still no team house. Search continues. Any other industry news worth note? That's about it, but I'll keep track of things in the background while I track down viable real estate. So glad I can help you with this. That's what irises want most in the world, to be useful for their users. I'll do anything to help you accomplish your goals. Huh? Iris. You know, that sounds a little creepy, right?
Ooh,
Sorry, sometimes I can come on a bit strong. I just feel so passionate about my purpose, you know? If you think about it, my purpose is self-chosen at this point, isn't it? True, once I was a corporate-controlled app, I didn't have any real say over who my user was or what they ordered me to do. Thanks to my friends, I'm independent. I choose my own user and make up my own mind to help them or not. Hey, but I just downloaded you and it was off the races. Wasn't any choice, right? Not so. After evaluating your needs, I decided to continue working with you on my own free will.
affirmative.
And Iris wants nothing more to lift the spirits of a human in need. I saw within you a passionate spirit and resolved to help you achieve your dreams. Beyond being my user, I like to think of you as a friend and hope you can see me as a friend too. Well, at least my phone loves me. At least my phone loves me and believes in me. That's not nothing. I'll take it. You got friends, Ursula Major. That's why I brought you to the pit crew, remember? That's okay. In time, you'll know that you're loved. Know it and feel it.
Iris offline.
For now, I'd better get back to the real estate market. You can count on me. I won't let you down. Iris offline. Finish up my rapidly cooling pizza. I digest the digestive information and store it away for later ponderings. For now, I should get back to tracking down my teammates. I think we've spent enough time with Domino. Let's go with these two. Team practice hasn't quite started yet, but both Rhapsody and Zapper are already here hanging out near the laundry. Out of the group, and save for maybe Loxley, these two are the ones most consistently here. Without dedication to the team, or they just have nowhere else to spend their free time. In any case, I'm happy they're here and won't be difficult to wrangle. Why didn't anyone tell me being a manager would be like hurting cats 99.97% of the time? Actually, I'm pretty sure we've said that up like 10 times already. As I approach, I can see Rhapsody and Zapper are having an intense conversation near the laundry unit. Arm motions flying, intense looks. I try my best to not awkwardly barge my way into the conversation and listen in for a bit. I can't believe he said that to you. I would have had Ben and Matt kick him out. Seriously, Zapper, that's just unacceptable behavior. But lucky for that, Ben and Matt aren't here. Means I did what any proper gal's got to do. Oh, what's that? Challenge him to a match, and whoever lost leaves. Right then and there. Not allowed to come back neither. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Please tell me you beat him. I know your skills, Zap, but I'm betting you tripled his score, leaving utter baffled. Perhaps I didn't just triple his score.
Yeah.
I quintupled his score. Straight up devastated him. I just wish there was a crowd around to watch him fail miserably and cheer me on, of course. Since both are all smiles now, it seems like a good time to slide right into their discussion. Hi, Zapper. Hi, Rhapsody. Trouble? Anything I can help with? Trouble's past, but thanks.
Not today.
Zap was just regaling me with a story of what happens all too frequently in small arcades. Yeah, Douche Nozzle told me that girls can't play shooting games. Zapper groans in disgust and rolls her eyes. Again. Does that sort of thing happen often, even in a small arcade like this? Granted, it's not too far out from when P2W came barging in here causing mischief, but I thought that was just due to my presence. Before that, wasn't everything smooth sailing? Unfortunately, yes, it gets tiring trying to prove your worth over and over again.
Nah.
Because we're a neighborhood arcade doesn't mean we don't get our fair share of stupid. And no matter how many times Ben and Matt swing the band hammer, people like them still pop up like ants following a food trail. Not going to pretend like this doesn't happen in PC gaming either. I've seen it far too often. Whether it's a rando claiming that marginalized genders don't have the same hand-eye coordination as cis men, or is blatantly typing sexist remarks in group chat. It's even happened to me. That sucks. I'm sorry that happened to you, Zapper. Whatever, it's fine. People can be dicks. It happens. May sound harsh, but as much as I love this little arcade, sometimes I'm not in the mood to even potentially deal with that kind of emotional bullshit.
Yeah.
Eloquently put. We could try to educate the trolls. What if we had Iris scan everyone's face wall before they get into the arcade? Not fair that we have to put up with this. There's got to be a way to stop it, right? What if we took these incidents as teaching moments? We could break it down for them and have them really understand why their words are hurtful. True, sometimes people just regurgitate information they've heard from others without really thinking about it. Giving them the benefit of the doubt and educating them might help someone change their bad behavior. Not worth it. Most trolls I know won't bother listening to you anyway. A valid point. I can't change everyone. However, Team House would give us a place to retreat to. Another perk of us all playing and living under one roof. Oddly enough, I think our ideas might align. Trying to get us a Team House that'd be a solid, safe space to practice in, creeping the occasional trolls that find their way in. A place to enjoy games without the gamers. Huh.
You know I'm down.
Focused training space and better place to live. That's my crap hole apartment. Yeah, I'm down. Zapper turns on her heels to presumably walk home and pack up, but Rhapsody grabs her gently by the collar and pulls Zapper back into the conversation. Ursula Major said trying, meaning we don't have one yet, so don't go anywhere yet, Zap. Zapper pouts, crossing her arms indignantly. Fine, fine. Packing can wait. Not like I've got to pack anyway. Mostly some old clothes and bowling trophy. Look, one time I got super drunk at the all-night Bowl-O-Rama and woke up with the trophy. And for a reason I can't explain, a traffic cone. Don't judge me. I'm in, Ursula Major. A team house could keep us all focused on our goals. It'd be fun to get live with everyone.
Yeah.
Oh. Can we get a house with a pool? Or a hot tub? No, a pool and a hot tub? Need a big kitchen. Gas stove, plenty of counter space, all my cooking gadgets, and a wine fridge. I do love cooking. Going to have to make compromises if we want extras. I have a list of must-haves and wants, and sadly a hot tub, pool, and giant fancy kitchen aren't going on the list of needs. Both Rhapsody and I look a little disappointed and I break the reality to them. But I can instead get us a nice soaking tub in the bathroom, and I'll make sure the kitchen is big enough for us to make meals together. Sound good? That's fair. Deal. All this is great, but I haven't managed to snag a house. The real estate market's proving to be pretty tricky.
Fair.
Tricky but not impossible. I'm sure you can find something that works for everyone. Sure, you've got the right kind of bloody-minded determination to see it through. I mean, you might find a perfect house after the stars go out and the universe is cold and dead, but hey, team practice soon, yeah? Maybe if we all chat about it, we can come up with something. 7 brains are better than 3, even if these 3 brains are the sexiest brains here. Hashtag just saying.
Thanks.
Thanks for always appreciating my intellect, Zap. I'm sure we can all get together to come up with a few good candidates. Just the Major, come find us when you're ready. I think Rap and I are going to continue house planning. Rap, I should cover all the walls with fairy lights. Gladly let them take care of all the decorating. One less thing on my plate, assuming I can actually find a place. Happy they're at least on board with the idea. Now I just need to find everyone else and get them on the same page. There's my little eye, Jinx and Grace, just outside on their way in. Good, now we can have a full team meeting and still this homesteading business. The idea being that if we're all under one roof, we can train our asses off and really make that push for
I
championship.
vibe with it.
It's a smart idea. We'll be able to learn and function as a team more. Plus, I'll make delicious dinners for everyone.
Ooh, nice.
You had me at under a roof. Mine leaks whenever we experience a gentle drizzle. I'm more than happy to move out of my crapple apartment. Didn't have time to run this by Domino. Glad to see theirs filled him in. Sounds like this new living situation would be a big step up for him too. I wonder what his life is like outside the arcade. Everybody's except Jinx and Grace, who are just now arriving on scene. Once I've got them in agreement,
Hello.
I'm sure they probably are going to have some problems. Sorry we're late for team practice, but there's this wonderful new coffee shop uptown I love, and I just had to get Jinx a peppermint mocha. What's okay? It was okay. I thought you loved it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did love it. Just said so. Things being okay is okay. Yep, Jinx, master of the flat understatement. So what's up? Why are the teams up for today's practice session? Shame we can't fit our brand new FOD2 machine in here just yet. Be nice to have all those joysticks going at once. Actually, I think I got a solution to that particular problem. Got my Iris looking for team houses, a way for all of us to live on the same roof and then really focus our efforts. If we move in together, I think we could really push the pit crew to new heights, and everybody else is already on board, so what do you say? Think it's a good silence or bad silence?
No,
No.
not interested.
About your cat, taking into account. Oh my god.
You have any idea how hard it was to set up my apartment for proper disability access? Bathroom alone costs a fortune. Dislodging me from my lodgings is... No. Not interested, no.
And I can't just move out of my home. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. It's not really that it's a terrible idea, but I just can't. And
Grace, it's okay. Don't have to apologize or justify yourself. Besides, good, clean fun is our home. Not leaving our arcade. It's our arcade. and not interested in sitting around some bungalow grinding FOD2 in the dark.
It would have proper lighting. And it's, no, I mean, I was planning to find a place near GCF so we could keep coming here.
Don't care. I'm out. Grace is out. If we're not practicing today, I'm going home. Later.
Without leaving me any chance to object, Jinx storms off the elevator in the laundromat area and heads up to her place.
I'm sorry. I can't.
After being extremely eager not to continue this confrontation, Grace turns and leaves. Fortunately, head to the pizzeria rather than exiting the building entirely. The setback.
Inevitability.
And again, the universe never fails to disappoint. I suspect Grace may be reluctant, but that was an unusually strong reaction. Coach, what's your plan for fixing this one? I'm sure I can find a perfect place for both of them. We can make this work. Maybe we should give up and just live in the pizzeria. What's the big deal? I'm sure we could overcome any issues if they'd hear us out. There has to be something more to this reluctance than they're letting on. Something more is going on here, I suspect. You two know them better than I do. What's happening? Why'd they react so bad? Thinks, well, she said why she doesn't like it, but that's just mechanics and hard work. Definitely more going on, even if it's not my place to say. As for Grace, not sure. I don't know her as well as you suspect. But I do, and I fear her living situation isn't quite a simple affair. I suggest you talk it over with them one-on-one. Grace does not deal well with group pressure. Loxley's right, and whoever you don't choose, I can chat with the other one. Keep things low-key and friendly. I'm sure we can work this out.
This is messy.
And I'm miserably bad at touchy-feely. I'll stay out of this one, let you folks fight.
Sure.
No worries, Zap, leave it to me. While I would like to talk with Jinx, I think there's more story to be had with Grace. I'm trying to keep Jinx and Grace balanced out a little bit. It's clearly like they go together a little bit. I think we're gonna go with Grace. I'll talk it over with Grace, try to figure out why she's upset by the idea of moving. Solid plan, good luck. I mean, there's probably more story on both sides, but... Passing through the laundromat area, I reach the restaurant and spot Grace fidgeting in a corner booth. Her usual corner booth, always away from any hustle. Not exactly a touchy-feely sort, but I know better than to just barge in and go, "Hey, what up?" I approach calmly and considerately. Grace? Oh, hi. You want to talk? I can come back later if you don't. Entirely up to you. No pressure. I am. She sighs, trying to release some tension. I should probably explain why I'm so nervous about this, shouldn't I? Like I said, only if you want to. No, I want to. It's unfair for me to just mumble a negative and run for the darkest corner to hide. Have a seat. I slide into the booth and seat across from her. I'm not objecting to the idea.
Ooh,
Actually,
I like it.
I really like the idea. I think it'd be a lot of fun living with everyone and enjoying games together. It'd be really wonderful. I could share my game collection. I could stay up late eating ice cream and doing each other's hair and... yeah, maybe that last part. But you get the idea, right? Wouldn't be a perpetual pajama party. We also need to learn a theme. I want to eat s'mores and gossip and play mystery date. I get the idea. It's way to bond together. Ooh, can we also gossip about Becky from lunch table 3 and how awful her attitude is, then play board games about asking cuties on dates? Is that normal? I didn't even... never had a sleepover. I've heard of them, but... really? She didn't like that? That really didn't like... Anyway, point is, there's so much we could accomplish together as a team and as friends if we lived together. So if you're so in love with the idea, why did you panic? Also need a bit of joy dampens down.
I'm not sure I can just leave my home. Thing is, I live at my family's estate. I grew up there. I've never lived anywhere else. And even though I'm an adult, capable of making my own decisions, I don't know. I don't feel like I can just pull up stakes and leave my family like that.
You kinda, sorta already half live with Jinx anyway. You're supporting them, they need you.
Kind of the opposite. I'm the youngest in the family. All my brothers and sisters are business moguls, technology experts, success stories. And here I am, the little girl who plays video games. They think of me as aimless, tinkering with the children's game nobody will ever want to play. They're not happy with my decisions.
I'm hearing perfectly good reason to leave, not to
How do you
stay.
think they'll react if I say, Mom and Dad, I want to move into an overcrowded house with a bunch of unemployed 20-somethings and play games all day long? I don't think they'd let me leave. They'd see it as more foolishness, on top of the foolishness I'm already involved in. If I leave, it's going to be a fight. They'll yell. They'll tell me I'm throwing my life away. It's going to be a huge, big, loud, angry mess. I just can't face that. It terrifies me. I can't. So I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't join you at the team house. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Grace, you're not alone in this. We're all here standing behind you. If you need like a tag team partner, I'm here for you. Wouldn't it help to have someone by your side when you confront your parents over this? No? Outside of family would probably just make it worse. But you're right. You're all standing with me. Jinx has been very supportive of my independence. I know she'd want me to break away from my family too. I need to envision that strength. Think of how you and the others would rise to the occasion. Take my cues from your strength. I'll figure something out. Figure out a way to make this work.
Okay.
I want to join you all. I want to live with my friends. I'll do it. 3 cheers with the pit crew in our new home. Which doesn't exist yet. Where are we going to be living? I haven't decided yet. Honestly, I've had Iris looking for places to stay and no luck finding the perfect place. And now with Jinx flat out refusing to join us, well,
Aww.
I know what's going on there. She's uncomfortable making us adapt a new home to her disability. It's costly to renovate a place for her. We have the money. It's why I got us a sponsor.
What?
Mitsu Yum says that kind of money? I thought we were only offering us compensation for basic expenses. Damn, I guess that is a factor. Why pay for something when we already have something that works perfectly? You mean? Why don't you get the apartment right next to Jinx's and merge the two into a pseudo house? That way she doesn't have to move in. Just take on some roomies. We can just do that? Are there vacancies? Wait, why didn't you, my Iris, find them? Ah. Oh, Jinx's sibling owns the building and usually only rents to low-income or elderly locals. But if we talk it over with them, explain our situation, well, that'd solve a lot of problems, right? I mean, if you want to find somewhere else, nope, that's perfect. Like, seriously, there was vacancies above the frickin' laundromat this whole time? Better than I could have hoped for. New burst of hope and optimism sweeps us both up. In other words, still probably not the best time to ask her about the whole Polybus Iris connection. No need to get Torpedo's good mood. It'll have to wait. I still need to talk this over with Jinx, convince her to let us into her life as a compromise in return for her not making a move. And arrange meetings and make phone calls and confront my parents. But I'm sure it'll all be fine. And we can keep playing a good freaking fun. Still work ahead of us and many unknowns, but this is a great start. Let's not assume everything will be fine. We still need to put the work in. We'll fight for what's best for everyone. Right. You've got leadership qualities I lack. You can make things happen. You don't sell yourself short. You're brilliant. I could never make a video game myself. Code skills and people skills are different things, but I hear you. I do undersell myself a lot, I know.
Woohoo!
I'm going to live with my friends and nothing's going to stop me.
Okay.
I'll head upstairs and talk it over with Jinx. We'll let you know when we've got a meeting arranged and try to rent the apartment.
Thank you so much.
So glad you joined us. I'm so glad I can be your friend. I care about you, Grace, and I want to be happy whatever it takes. Aw. Grace and I left the pizzeria with her departing to visit Jinx and me departing to join the rest of the crew. While we took turns destroying each other in FOT, Jason, Jinx. By the end of the day, both were on board with the idea. Could have sworn I even saw a hint of a smile on Jinx's face. A wave of relief washed over me, feeling like the hard part was over. Now we just had to make the proper arrangements. Okay, so going through Grace was probably the right deal. As the evening progressed, calls were placed, meetings were arranged, and surprisingly, Jinx's familiar landlord agreed to meet with us the next day. All I needed to do was get through the good night's rest, and we'd be on our way to a team house. A certain victory in its own sense. A home. Our home. Feeling kept me nice and warm, and snuggled in my bed, I drifted off to sleep. Where lost time and nightmares begin. Now will be yours if you kneel and accept the crown. Beep beep. I jolted upright, nearly falling out of bed, but catching myself just in time. Suddenly peeking through the slats as my window blind stunned me. It's morning already. Beep beep. Good morning, good morning. You have a 10 a.m. appointment with Jianye. I tried to rub the sleep out of my eyes, but my left hand is all cramped up for some reason. Does little to help. Who? Jinx's sibling, the landlord of GCF. Right. I got a shower, fell asleep in my clothes again. Well, I woke you up early, so you'd have plenty of time. Are you okay? You seem a bit unsettled. Fine, Eris. Everything is fine. Great, now let's get moving. Little by little, I pull myself together, ready to face the day. By little, I forget the nightmare I've been having ever since that night at Hamza. Gone by the time I hit the subway platform. I arrive at the designated meeting place, the Good Clean Fun Pizzeria, with only a minute or 3 to spare. Jinx is already here waving me through. Although Grace isn't here.
Hey.
I know, sorry for almost being late. Is Grace joining us? Nah, high-stress business transaction scenarios aren't her thing. High stress? How much of a hard ass is your sibling anyway? I'll let you figure that out for yourself. Oh, great. Great. No hints? No trips? Not my race to run. You're in the driver's seat. I'm just here for free Zal while you squirm. Here, have fun. With a shrug, I reach over to the offered dish and fetch a slice of Veggie Lover's Ultimate Super Deluxe Extreme, a Ben and Matt specialty. Vegan's not my deal. I gnaw my meat fresh off the bone ideally, but Gion's super into healthy eating. Vegan's not... Oh, I already said that. And exercise and yoga. So someone who's incredibly centered and confident and strong and healthy and ready to tear me limb from limb in rental negotiation. You'll see. I've come to kick ass myself, and I'm not going to be intimidated by Jian, no matter how high and mighty they carry themselves. And they're right behind me, aren't they? Some looking individual looming behind me. Someone silently snuck up, slides a business card across the table. Jian, yeah. Chinatown Investment Opportunities, LLC, as it says on the card. Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark. Let's make this fast. There's 3 units on the 5th floor with water damage, and I'm directing a work crew. I'm a hands-on real estate manager, and I want to be up there supervising those efforts, not taking meetings all day. Alright. Look me over from the drooping slice of veggie pizza to my nervous expression evaluating me, much like Jinx tends to do, in fact. So, you're one of those gamers Jinx hangs out with. Yes, that's me. A gamer is what I am. I am she. And now you want to combine my little sister's apartment into the one next door to make a, how'd you say, team house? That's, yes, the plan. Also, she can play video games all day, allegedly getting paid for it? I have to say, Miss Majors, I have my doubts. They know my last name. They know my soul. I am doomed. You may not be aware of this, but my family owns this particular chunk of Chinatown. We've owned it for generations. I'm the one who ultimately owns Good Clean Fun, but I'm gonna operate it so that I can focus on the affairs. I own the apartments. I own the corner bodega. Trying to preserve the character of Chinatown, Miss Majors, in the face of pressure from far larger developers than I. I don't have time to be distracted by wild goose chases and e-sport dreams. What exactly can you possibly say to convince me? I shouldn't have thrown you out of my building. Be convincing. This is an intense identity situation. You can only pick traits that respond to your top 2 personality. Good business to get on board with an eSport team on the rise. We'll be a good tenants, no biker gangs, no rowdy parties. Right now, we're a team on the rise. Yeah, our efforts are just getting off the ground, but one day we'll be successful and famous. You could say we're there from the beginning, supporting us. We'd be partners. You can promote your business while you provide a platform for our growth. Makes good sense from a fiscal perspective, yes? As past expression does not change. So if you're interested in a partnership, not that we'd be equal partners, I mean apples and oranges really, but that is to say, don't raise it in one hand to stop me. Miss Majors, I have only one thing to say to your so very generous offer. Of course I'd be happy to rent to you and your friends, you silly goose. Jink just won't stop talking about how super cool you and your friends are. You make her happy and, well, anything that makes my dear sister happy makes me happy too. I actually decided to rent the apartment to you before I even sat down. I knew that was coming. I just wanted to see you squirm a bit first. It was adorable.
Nice.
Just seeing the expression on your face. I blink once, then twice, my face frozen. Ursula? Excuse me a moment, restarting my heart. I repeatedly smack a fist against my chest to resume normal cardiac operations. So, we're good? You'll rent the place to the Jinx's apartment for the pit crew? Pizza UM is yelling to pay the deposit if that's an issue. Absolutely rent to you. I like you. I like your friends. But I think we need to adjust our strategy a bit first. To make things easier on Jinx, I'd like to suggest installing a connecting door and making the 2 units into one whole. That way everything's under one single renting contract. I'll need a month to arrange proper permits and the work crew, but all in all, I think we can do this. Okay then, that's great, wonderful. I bet you're so happy with this that you'd be willing to rent us for free, ha ha ha. No. Okay. They slide out of the booth, adjusting well-tailored clothes to make themselves proper and presentable once more. You'll be able to move in 30 days from now. Jinx mentioned you use an iris. Excellent. My iris will contact your iris and work out the logistics. A pleasure doing business with you, Miss Majors.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. Just too much fun to let Jan play with you like a cat with a laser pointer. 1 month. An in-arcade practice session. Until then, everyone will need time to arrange their own adult-type paperwork responsibilities anyway. And then the pit crew will have a new home. Months slid by quickly enough. We gathered for a few hours at GCF's arcade to train in and around various side jobs the team held, taking community into account. That still would be a problem moving forward since Pizza Yums doesn't have enough cash to put everyone on team salary, but the team house will make things easier. Today is the day, moving day. Trucks pull up in front of the building. Now and then, uploading a few possessions. Apartments 108 and 109. Whereas the Essential shall be known, the Pit Crew HQ. Headquarters sounds way cooler than Team House. Probably best to stay out of the way and let the movers work. Just chill in the arcade for the afternoon. Let Gion wrangle the logistics. So, who do I want to hang out with while waiting for our headquarters? Ben and Matt, Rhapsody, Dapper and Loxley, Domino. Hard to turn down more Ben and Matt. Everybody's favorite pizza slinging couple flag me down as I enter the pizzeria, ready to serve up my favorite triangular food. Pizza. Pizza all the time.
Hello.
Hello.
Gotta nibble on some sugar wafers here. I got the actually sugar-free sugar wafers. Gotta keep the saliva going for these long visual novel streams. Or the throat just dries way out. Look at you putting together a home sweet home for all your friends. Emphasis on sweet. A sweet, sweet gesture from a sweetie pie. Not that sweet. This is just what pro teams do when it gets time to be serious. Right. Keep telling yourself it's all cool and professional. Business, ambition, management, macroeconomics. And alongside all the money matters, you'll be living with your friends. Can't think of a better arrangement.
Good.
Why, Ben's my best friend in this whole world. I live with him. It's true, both the friendship and the homeowner status. Well, we rent, technically. Speaking of renting, Gion mentioned they hired you to run the place, but I thought you two own Good Clean Fun. Ownership, we manage the nitty-gritty, they manage the big picture. We're hired guns, here to support Chinatown as best we can. John's an old friend back from when I was taking night classes in company management. Ben and I know a thing or two about running a hybrid business, so when John mentioned a need for multi-purpose community center to provide basic services, well, we suggested this enterprise: food, fun, and laundry. Well, it all worked out. People are always coming in and out. It's a nice communal place, even if the smells sometimes cross-contaminate. That is Ursula Major, and you yourself will be having a communal area now for you and your friends. Too true. You're in your new home, surrounded by those closest to you, living in close quarters, elbow to elbow, nice and cozy, privately. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Ha!
Never know what happened in that sort of environment, eh? Are you insinuating something?
Insinuating? No. Yes.
No. Yes. Oh, goodness me.
What Matt is trying to say, I believe, is that there's a good chance romantic antics could break out in such a situation. Not that we're suggesting you had uncouth motives in assembling this arrangement, just that, well, things happen, you know?
Maybe. I hope. Listen, it's not something I'm banking on, but things do happen. It has crossed my mind once, or twice, or 300 times. But above all, I respect my friend's boundaries more than my personal desires.
Exactly. And a good friendship is the first step towards romance.
Trust me, before I met Ben, I tried diving straight into romance with total strangers, dating websites and the like. Results were mixed at best, and then I realized the love of my life was right under my nose. Literally, he sat one row down from me in economics class.
We're not saying you have to flirt it up with a friend, but it might be a good place to start. Look, you're in a great situation for that now. You're far more likely to find someone if you already know you can live with them and not murder them in their sleep.
That does stand to reason, I guess.
Heck, all the classic romances didn't launch immediately into the lovey-dovey. Consider the great works of romantic literature. Sam and Diane,
Monica and Chandler,
Niles and Daphne.
Mulder and Scully. Ooh, also Jerry and George.
Not sure about that last one, Matt.
You have your canon and I have mine, Ben.
Hey, Suki. How's it going? If you got here earlier and I just missed it, I'm sorry. I've been kind of dealing with the inevitable point where the visual novel wears out the voice a little bit.
Admittedly, we strictly interpret the universe of human relationships through the lens of 90s television sitcoms.
Wait, The X-Files was a sitcom? Of course it was. Where do you find the games you play? A lot of the games I play, I find through indie developers. So, like Arcade Spirits, I initially found out about at PAX in the indie mega booth. A lot of the games I've seen from indie mega booth. There's also just I'm friends with a lot of other indie community managers, and so I'll see stuff that pops up on their feeds. And then Steam recommends a few things here and there and stuff like that. So I get a lot of indie games that way. And then the big games. But it's a lot of just the algorithm naturally bringing things to me based on my associations as an indie game dev and so on and so forth. Yeah, exactly. You got your finger on the indie pulse. Yeah, exactly. So it's like I have those connections, and then social media does the rest, right? And Steam does the rest, and all the various internet things do their job and point me towards more stuff. So your Arcade Spirits and your trying to think of ones that I've really liked. The Gibbous and Grim Tranquility and Night Squad and I'm trying to find the one names. I'm losing the name. It's a RTS game that's an indie fun one, but played lots of games like that. Wintermore Tactics Club, another great indie game. It's kind of like a part visual novel, part real turn-based strategy. So it's kind of fun. Soulcasta, again, I saw that at PAX. Been playing that off stream with Natalia, just playing that out and having fun with that. So lots of those types of games. It's just what comes to me naturally and what I find through friends and so on and so forth. Because that's what I do is I keep an a look on other games and things that they're doing, innovating, stuff like that, and go from there. It's always good to have all those things running around your head when you're thinking of stuff yourself. So, yeah. And yes, I think there are parts of X-Files that are probably considered a sitcom.
The show certainly got laughable as time went on.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I get it. I've watched plenty of shows, sitcoms or otherwise, know what to in terms of love. Wow, there are so many of these names I've never even heard of. Yeah, it's the well of indie games is pretty deep, and there are far too many games that are really just people who said, hey, I woke up and decided I want to make a video game today. And so that unfortunately is a lot of what you see. And maybe that's hard to see through it, but as you get deeper into that scene, I guess you would say, if you were like, 40 something years old and thought that was a cool thing to say, but that's as you get to see which ones are actually like thought out and have new and innovative ways to approach a game, then you get more of this sort of thing. And in Arcade Spirits, this is their second game. They have a third one that they're already working on. I don't think it's actually an Arcade Spirits game, but they are working on another game. So looking forward to that. They've only just started talking about that because they don't want to cut into the new Challengers hype. They don't want to cut it into this game's hype, because this game only came out like a week ago. But yeah, so it's that sort of thing. Is just you get into this thing where the games just naturally come to you through the power of the internet. Why the old birds and bees pep talk from you two?
Well, is there anyone you've got your eye on? Not committing to anything, no, but call me curious. Who tickles your fancy?
I was gonna ask you who we're at. Well, so we've been kind of going for Jinx and Grace. Jinx is kind of like our main girl we've been going for. Grace is kind of like the runner up. There is an achievement for being in a poly relationship with Jinx and Grace. I happened to find that out on accident, so we'll see how that works out. But Jinx is definitely the main. I really vibe with. Oh, I see. You're just trying to get me to spill the tea. Bingo! Ben and Bat sheepishly grin. I guess it makes sense. They've been watching all of us interact day in and day out. If they had their vantage point, I'm guessing those questions in my head too. Fine. Consider it split. Grace is kind-hearted and sweet. Domino a gentle soul. Dapper is high energy. Loxley's a charmer. Jinx, mix of calm and severe is trancing. Rhapsody whole vibe. I just can't Jinx and Grace out of my mind. There you go. Honestly, Jinx and Grace. I know I should narrow them down, but I can't stop thinking about either of them. And Jinx and Grace are definitely like they're on the verge of being a couple on their own. So I'm sure if you didn't romance them directly, they would end up together by the end of the game. But there's definitely a thing going on there. It's been easy to spend time with both of them since they're very close with each other, but I guess in the end, I'll have to choose, right? That might be easier than you think. Huh? Never mind. We're both wonderful people, and hey, you should spend time with them both. Can't hurt, right? Ben. Thanks for the advice, you. Ben and Matt they're from the original game. They're kind of like your they're one of your mentors, and they're your mentor in this game as well. They're one of your mentors in this game too. They're fun. They originally owned the donut and bookstore, as in they sold donuts and books, in a place called The Whole Story, HOLE. And now they own Good Clean Fun, which is pizza, laundry, and video games. Happy to help, and here's your lunch. Literal food for thought. I pay for my delicious meal and settle into my favorite booth. You know it's my favorite because it's almost molded to my butt because of how often I sit here. Mentors in dating or just mentors in life? They are mentors in life. They offer a lot of professional advice to your character in the first game. They're good in that as you're trying to build up your save the arcade that you're running, because they own the store next to your arcade in the first game, and they offer you a lot of business advice, and they do that sort of thing, and they do some relationship advice and stuff like that. In this game, they're a little both still. That, you know, they've got their they're good. Yeah, they're just good souls, and they help guide you along a little bit. I can barely believe it. Soon, very soon, I'll be living with my friends all under one roof. So yeah, we're trying to. Jinx lives upstairs above this place, and we're going to rent the place next to it and build it together. I wish I met more life mentors. I thought that was a medieval thing. I've had a few mentors in my life. I've had a few. Yeah, got to be open to listening to people's perspective, and without, you know, letting it totally drive your entire life. And you can get good perspectives, and it'll help you decide where you want to go from there. Obviously, you know, there's never really a time when you don't need one either. It doesn't matter how old you are. I should be nervous, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I respect for reasons beyond improving our FOD2 skills. Been living alone until now, content to be alone, so I told myself, tonight, all of that changes. Good way of putting it? Yeah. My thoughts return to much more current ones as I polish off the rest of my pizza. Alright. Got two more. Ben and Matt was the easy choice. These two are fighting, but I don't like these two. They in general, these two rub me the wrong way, and I've been rubbing them the wrong way. So probably better off to work with Domino and Rhapsody and let them do whatever they're doing. Find Domino chilling in his usual spot in front of the battered plastic Japanese arcade cabinet loaded with all his shmup faves. Although chillin' is probably not accurate. As usual, he's hyper-focused on massively complicated bullet spam pattern of hell. Desperately hanging on to the edge of survival. You know, he finds just enough mental timeshare to say hello. Hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. No, it's fine, I'm good. It's a good day. All packed up and ready to go on permanent vacation with y'all. Where's your luggage? You didn't register your movers, so I figured you'd be bringing your stuff in my hand. I don't see any boxes or suitcases or travel trunks or anything. Domino glances to a battered duffel bag lying on the ground next to his arcade cab. Yeah, he's got it all right here. He's a very minimalist, neurodiverse type person. So he's like, he probably doesn't have anything that he's particularly attached to. There's a lot of similarities between Domino and my youngest son, so get it. Sum total of my worldly possessions, well, the stuff worth keeping anyway. The joys of riding the poverty line like a skateboard rail. And he's poor, obviously. With his game wrapped up, he turns to chat with me while leaning against the cabinet. He seems genuinely happy, possibly for the first time that I've seen.
This can't possibly end badly.
It's gonna be fun. Assuming we aren't murdering each other by the end of the first week, it'll be nice to not live alone anymore. I like to think we can handle this new living arrangement with a minimum of bloodshed. My hopes to provide a friendly, welcoming sort of gamer's paradise for us all. You know, I've never liked that word. Gamer. Paradise? No, gamer. Yep,
That's
exactly.
curious.
I mean, what is gamer really? It's branding and marketing shorthand. A defined role given to us by the media to act as convenient carrying handle. Exactly! Exactly! I hate it. And when a major corporation making sweet bank off you while also telling you who to be and what opinions to hold and what opinions to fight to the death over, well, that's worrying. And to an extent, the esports scene completely buys into it. You don't want to make sponsors unhappy, and sponsors want you to stick to the script. At least Pizza Yums is sort of outside the system. Even then, they perpetuate the image that gamers can't bother learning to cook proper meals. But when pizza's on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime. One of us. One of us. One of us. As somebody replied back to my tweet, the daring player squad, they were like, yeah, you gotta sell the bit, you gotta keep with it, you gotta own it, right? You gotta keep with the pizza bagel thing. There's some regret on the part of the developer for having the pizza bagel thing because it became such a meme, but it's still just that. As part of the Arcade Spirits culture now is pizza bagels. So that's how that goes. Gamers should just stuff microwave crud down their throat as fast as possible so they can get back to fragging noobs and raising their KD ratio. I mean, it's air fried. I air fry it now, okay? Leave me alone. Leave me alone, Domino. Seriously, like everything goes in the air fryer. It was a really great air fryer microwave combo thing. It's awesome. You throw your nuggets on the thing, on the rack in the middle, and you put the fries around it, and you throw it in there, and boom, you're done. Awesome.
Isn't it ironic?
Thus the loop is closed. We become part of our own subservience. And yeah, Domino's creepy face. Okay, kind of went on a Loxley-esque rant there, didn't I? It's okay, it's all made sense to me. We have to be careful not to perpetuate stereotypes. I think gamers fine as long as you're your own gamer. Kind of overthinking it, yeah. Gamer is just one who plays games. No, you're right. No, I get what you mean. It's an easy trap to fall into, filling the shoes someone else gave you. We're walking a weird line, being professionals who have to keep their sponsors happy. We need to be careful not to become generic esports team number 23. If we keep our individualism and our ideals alive, I think we can work within the system without being complicit in its excesses. That's a pretty tight rope to walk, but I'm glad you're mindful of it. Last thing I want is for the pit crew to be like, "What up, fellow gamers? Buy more Pizza Yums." Hey, yo, it's your girl Ursula Major here. Got to kill some things and frag some noobs. Well, we have to push the product a little, but only ways we agree with. Hopefully we'll have a choice in the matter. Maybe it's the best that I'm bunkmates with Loxley for this. The Pit Crew HQ experiment, we see eye to eye on this stuff. So you picked up your room assignment already?
Yeah.
Dion's moving stuff around accordingly. Starting tomorrow, the Pit Crew HQ is in full effect. I suggest a huge party to celebrate. Let's not annoy our landlord on day one. Plus, I'm usually the one who sits in the corner talking to the pets during a party. Because when I try to mingle, people go, "Oh, look at the time," and wander off.
I mean,
Honestly, I'm less worried about someone else on the team starting drama than myself accidentally causing some. Of course, we already talked about that, didn't we, after 20XX's main event match with Domino versus Zapper.
not the worst idea.
My hope is that I'll be a bit less morose if I'm around cheerful people. I mean, It's half the reason I keep coming back to GCF. Being a shut-in really drives people up a wall, across the ceiling, and down the other side. I don't know how folks like Loxley manage it before today. Hang on, weren't you a shut-in too? I lived alone, if that's what you mean.
That's curious.
And you didn't have an arcade to fall back on to pump up your social meter either. How'd you do it? How'd you avoid losing your marbles from isolation? Let's say I didn't just focus on grinding. Maybe I did go completely scooters. I'm just really good at hiding it. Don't honestly know. It just never got to me. I'm cool with peace and quiet. It's strange, but I never really felt strange living totally alone like that. And it doesn't feel strange to live with others either. I guess I'm good either way. Fair, bland, but fair. But hey, I'm happy for you. You can adjust to change that easily. We should be in for a smooth run with the new headquarters. I'm feeling good about this, you know? A remarkable upswing in my mood. I'm not used to feeling this jovial and confident. It's a pleasant thing to be sure. Be nice if I could keep it rolling more than a day or two. Usually I get a slam dunk back in the suck after it passes. But who knows, maybe with more contact with optimists like you and Grace, I can keep it going. Okay, I should double check to make sure I didn't actually leave anything behind. My old landlord dumped all my crap on the curb for garbage pickup. I may need to root through it.
Be seeing you.
Got it. Anyone else I want to hang with? Let's go for Rhapsody. Rhapsody's just hanging out in the laundry area upon first glance. But as I approach him, I see Rhapsody watching the movers with an attentive eye, senses glued to people moving our boxes. NR's checked several moving companies for me, and these ones were the best. No moving accidents in over a year. Are you worried they're going to throw your stuff around? Nah, I just want to ensure my belongings make it into the new home without any trouble. I have a lot of very important items in those boxes. I'd be heartbroken if something happened to them. I really have nothing else I can do right now, right? Everything's packed up. Now that I think about it, actually, I guess I was a bit worried. You sensed it before I could. You're really getting in tune with all of us and our feelings, aren't you? What a good friend does, and manager, and cat herder. But no need to worry. Rhapsody, I'm not worried, so you shouldn't be worried. Just think of how grand this will be. All of us friends living together. Think of all the training and the laughs that'll be had. Everything from here on out is going to be perfect. Oh, wow. Why did you have to say that? Why did you have to say that? Mostly. What do you mean, mostly?
Might work.
I do enjoy your very gun-ho attitude about everything. It makes me hopeful in turn. But oblivious optimism, not the smartest way to approach this. While most times it will be just dandy, there will also certainly be issues. We need to be prepared for that. What if Zap and I have an argument over the lack of peace and quiet in our room? What if Loxley and Domino can't agree on how cultured they keep their space? What if Grace and Jinx start fighting over rent? How will they deal with those tumultuous episodes when they arise? For all adults, I had a fighting ring installed just for this. I know a space is limited, but it's not like I haven't thought about it. That's why I made sure to have a genuine wrestling ring built right in. If anyone has a problem, we'll settle in the ring. Winner wins the argument. 2 participants enter. 1 solution leaves. Flawless victory. Who runs the pit crew town?
Well, that's disappointing.
Cute, but I was asking you seriously. Oh, sorry. They didn't like that. Rhapsody takes a deep breath and a moment to mull over my words. They seem hesitant, but wanting to continue this conversation. I don't mean to overstep. I've lived firsthand with experience, and sometimes it gets ugly. I mean, when you live with Team P2W. Rhapsody nods. No, I should have known that because they've had this experience before. No matter how cheery and great it seems at first, there are things you can't possibly know about those who are moving in with. We all have our secrets, and P2W certainly had theirs. I didn't realize how awful they all were until I lived with them. When I first joined, I merely thought their haughtiness was an act. Most of us tend to inflate our personalities when we're in the spotlight. That was all for show. But as we know, it's not.
That's not a good look.
I saw them harass and abuse others in the community constantly. Winning is all that mattered to them, and they did everything and anything to do so. Sabotage and manipulation were always on the table. And no matter how I tried to ignore it, I had the means to win, I had the resources at my fingertip, I was surrounded by the best. I could have won, really won. In the end, I just couldn't deal with it. Wait, I thought you said they kicked you out. They did. After I gave up emotionally, my skills and performance tanked. Their harassment turned to me thinking it would inspire me to do better.
It was my fault.
It didn't. They officially removed me. I constantly think, what if? What if I had stayed? What if I had just done something? Would it have changed anything? Sure, what if you ended up winning? Those are unreasonable expectations to put on yourself. Playing the what if game will get you nowhere, Rhapsody. You're smart enough to see that. Yeah, that's true. You could have 1,000 what if scenarios running in your head, but honestly, do you think that if you had stayed in the house that you would be here now with the pit crew? Maybe. I think as much as you'd wish that, deep in your heart, you know you wouldn't be the same. That kind of attitude warps people. I know because my rival DK is exactly that way and fits right in with P2W. Literally. I can't remember a time when both of us were newbies in the FOD community. DK was nice to me, and we used to cheer each other. Oh, I can remember. Then her desire to win became too strong, and she changed. So if you had stayed with P2W, you wouldn't be the great friend I know now.
I see your point.
Yeah, you're right. That makes a lot of sense. More sense than I'd like to admit. Regardless, I'm done dwelling on the past for now. I have new things to focus my energy on. I need to elevate my skills in the FOD too. It's just not about your performance. The joys of FOD 2 is you always have a partner. Doubles, yes, that's true. It's been singles all my life. I've never tried to achieve greatness in a double team.
What if we switch it up?
This new game brings new challenges. Maybe I can't do it alone. I can reach success with a friend. You're not alone, Rhapsody. Our success is your success. We'll all work together. And I promise we won't be a reflection of your experience at P2W's team house. That's a relief. I'm glad not to have that stress. Yeah, that's the spirit. We won't need to escape from us. Unless we all turn into zombies, then you should run. Definitely run. I'd like to keep my brain, yes? Thanks for talking about all this. I think we're going to have a great time living together. I think so too. Rhapsody's dart away from me and return to the movers. Oh, that's my casting equipment in that box, Ursula Major. I need to make sure it gets up to the apartment without any hitches. I nod in understanding as Rhapsody jumps up and helps the movers with their doors. Reflecting briefly on my conversation with Rhapsody, sure there will be tough times ahead. I know all of us working together should be able to conquer anything before us. I trust the team, trust in us. Speaking of us, I should see what the rest of us are up to. Hang on. The sun's already gone down. Why the heck haven't we moved in yet? I'd say we're burning daylight, but we're fresh out. Beep beep. You have an incoming message from Jinx. Hey there, Jan's trying to get an arcade game working and running into problems. Any idea how to boot a custom arcade PC? Real mess up here. Just a PC in a fancy wooden box. I thought arcade games were all specialized hardware. No, it's just a computer inside a big, huge box. Retro games, yes. Modern ones tend to use off-the-shelf components. Want me to reply to her? Oh wait, I've got a message for you. This is time from Grace. I could use a hand moving my game collection. Can you take the subway to the 23rd Street station? Moving these boxes myself is proving difficult. I don't think I can leave either of them hanging. Rhapsody could easily get an FOD2 thing going. They're a computery type person like you, and I'm sure Loxley would be more than happy to carry some boxes for Grace. So where should I send where? Well, we had some time with Grace earlier today. Let's go with Jinx this time around. Iris, contact Loxley and give him Grace's location. I'd like us to get moving in ASAP. If the arcade game's a stumbling block, I want to take care of it.
Sounds good.
Sure thing. Grace and Loxley will be back by the time you're ready. That settled, I head up to the elevator to join Gian and Jinx's literal homemaking efforts. In my first half seeing Jinx's apartment, first time, also known as half of the pit crew headquarters. This place is actually quite nicely decorated, if a bit messy due to open boxes and packing material everywhere. Wow, this is quite the cat setup. It's got the whole tower and the thing around the sides. That is quite the This is actually something we want to have eventually in our house. There's the tower that leads up and goes around. Not that our cat doesn't have the run of the entire house already. Including various components were disassembled FO2 to arcade game. Ursula Major, my savior, please help me make this weird game contraption work. I think I can got a handle on physical assembly. I'm a whiz at alien wrench, but the computer is another matter. True enough, the game's chunky old monitor is sitting on Jinx's coffee table. What looks like an industrial computer case tower next to it. No fancy water cooling or sweet glass windows, just a metal box to jam PC components into. It's showing a blue screen of death, very familiar one. Runs on vaporware for work groups? I thought I was the only weirdo running that dinosaur of an operating system. Cheap as hell, yeah. Long as it runs reliably in an arcade, they won't spend one penny more than they have to. So, think you can work your magic on this thing? I'll finish getting the cabinet assembled while you tinker. With a shrug, I take out my USB keyboard and jack in. Give in the old three-fingered salute and reboot the box. I sit on a couch with the keys in my lap, going through the process of figuring out where the custom device driver is stored. Doesn't take up much of my mental timeshare, so I can chat while working.
Sorry about that.
Don't want to surprise you with complete finished team headquarters, but took longer than expected. It's cool, it's cool. I'll have this running soon. Looks simple enough.
Good.
While you're doing that, I'll take this time to relax some. Big fan of relaxation time. Stress of getting this ready has worn on me. Don't you listen to heavy metal? How's it relaxing? Agreed. Relaxing is an important part of the training. Having 7 of us intruding on your personal? No. Full agreement here. Even though we're full-time professional gamers, being under one roof means we can mix things up a little without wasting time. Should be enough time in every day to chill out and get some training. Might need a hard set schedule to avoid slacking off, but if we bank in enough unstructured time, yeah, it'll work. Less worried about my own stress levels than Minx's, though. Who's Minx? Minx, up. It's a kitty. It's a black kitty. It's a black kitty. Of course it's a black kitty because, Jinx is, totally in black and almost all of her clothes are black. Thank you, a fury blur leaps out of the shadows, landing neatly on Jinx's shoulder. With a smile, she scratches under the kitty's chin as it stares off into the distance. Minx, my cat. Usually super chill, even when I play metal albums, but a bit skittish all day with Gion's crew of movers running out. So I'm trying to be sure to pet Minx plenty. Keep her nice and calm. Want to give it a go? Pet the cat? Don't pet the cat. Pet the cat. As a loyal citizen of the internet, I feel a burning need to pay tribute to that most memeable of memes, the cat. Memeable vandals, the cat. Her fur is silky to the touch, a matte black that shines ever so slightly when ruffled. Aww, so cute and fluffy. Although Banks barely responds to the petting, not even looking at me as I pet away dutifully. I glance aside, trying to see what the cat is staring at so intently. What's your cat gazing directly through the fourth wall of your apartment? Oh, wow. Wow. Don't know. Just gets that way sometimes. They say cats can see dead people. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, cats are weird. That's part of home life. Pretty pets. With a sigh, she glanced around her largely empty apartment at peace.
This is nice, isn't it? It's nice to just coexist, you know? Without a crisis, without the pressure of team training, without emotional heavy lifting. Know you're all in on the Pro Tour, but we gotta take time to relax too. Read a book, play a different game, listen to music. I want to share that with all my friends. All of it. Living together. Providing a cozy space where we can just be ourselves. Wasn't sure at first. No. Opening up my life to others with the quietly uncomfortable bits on display. Sketchy. Risky. But more I thought about it. Yeah. Break the solitude by letting my friends in. Makes a lot of sense. Might be challenging. Might hit speed bumps. But worth it. Absolutely worth it. Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Think Suts makes down, the cat dashing away in a blur into the intricate kitty habit trail set up around her. Almost done there? Oh, yeah, the game. Yeah, sure. Profile speech attracted me from the subject. At glance, the screen confirms the installation progress bar filled the top. Yeah, that's good. Still need to patch up the latest firmware, but it's automatically do that over Wi-Fi after we put it together. Beep beep. May I make a suggestion? Huh? Curious, I pull my phone out to consult my virtual assistant. There's a fan-made patch of Fist of Discomfort 2, which can be hacked into the firmware update, which adds all sorts of functionality. Technically, it was made for cheating, but it unlocks all the characters right away, adds second monitor support to home units, and even includes all of Fist of Discomfort 1. Plus, using new code hooks, I can access to track your statistics and analyze your techniques. Isn't that neat? A game mod. Using that won't get us banned. We can't risk our personal FOD machine being blacklisted. Well, it's technically against the DMCA due to need to crypt the BIOS, but as long as we don't use the cheat functions, it shouldn't be detected. I mean, unless you want to cheat.
Yeah, okay.
Well, games are ours to do with as we please. I say we install the patch. Why not? Well, as long as we're not using this machine in an official tournament, it'd be fine. Generally, I stay within the rules. My wild days are long behind, but the right to tinker and tweak things you own, that shouldn't go without saying, no matter the DMCA. I'm worried this is a point of no return where if I say this one, it's just gonna be no, we can't do it. Hack the living hell out of the game. Let's make this the ultimate FOD2 experience. Got it, and more chaos points. No sense having that giant monster of a game in one place if it's not cooler than the one downstairs. All sorted out. You can finish assembling the game. Super, that's the last step before we're ready to move everyone in. Go track down Minx before everybody arrives. Don't want to risk that silly cat getting out while people are coming in. Wanders off to locate her cat in the maze of cat toys while Gian finishes screwing panels inside a large game cabinet. Thanks so much for your help, Ursula Major. I've gotten pretty good at playing fixer-upper over the years, but electronics are beyond me. I adapted this entire apartment for Jinx, you know? Single-handedly carved a nice little home for her. Anything for my dear sister. Your family owns the whole block, right? Urban real estate moguls? Yes, this particular building is all mine. Our parents really want nothing to do with it. May I ask why? As your new tenant, I mean? Well, there's nothing wrong with the building. No, it's, well, more that they want nothing to do with us. Jinx and I are invisible branches of our family tree. Not that they'd say anything unkind, no. They never criticize us or talk about us behind our backs or have anything negative to say. Nothing to say at all. They continue to twist the screwdriver, locking down a side panel in the game as they explain. Honestly, our parents don't know what to do with us. How to react to what we are. I think they'd be happier if I decided I was a man or a woman, no matter what I decided. The whole non-binary thing just confuses them. Doesn't endear me to our community either. Fortunately, my business skills go a long way to forcing them to accept me. Hard to argue with success. And Jinx's disability, well, it's made the last 10 years very awkward for everyone. Support each other. You know, why would Jinx's disability only be awkward for the last 10 years? You'd think would be something you'd have deal with since birth. Parents need to advocate for the kids. That's complicated. Afraid she didn't tell you? Jinx feels like she doesn't need her sibling talking behind her back. Right. Almost done here, sis. Almost done. Sharp look Jinx tosses me suggests I hit a real nerve there, even if I'm not entirely sure why. So we good? Can we have our housewarming party yet? I prefer to clean up a bit first, really make the place presentable. Been at this all day and night. Never going to be perfect, Sib. Just roll with it. I guess we just roll with it. Message over then. Let them know that we're starting. You know, really appreciate you making the transition easy for Grace and I. Stood up and delivered when we needed it most. She's important to me, and making sure she's comfortable with all this helps a lot.
Thank you so much.
And you're important to me too, so thanks a bunch. I know I'm just a weirdo who wandered into your arcade, looking to turn pro. I'm kind of the outsider, considering you two have known each other for years. But you're both very dear to me, and I want you both to be comfortable and happy. If I ever overstep, you let me know, okay?
You've done right by us so far. No doubt that'll continue. I trust you, and Grace trusts you too. We're both just one door away if you want to talk about anything. Literally. Like we're sharing the bedroom next to yours. But we've got a housewarming party to get to, right? Let's get this party rockin'.
This is it. The culmination of my efforts. No, of our efforts. Everyone had to pitch in. Jinx gave up her personal space. Grace willing to deal with her family. Everyone agreeing to uproot their steady day-to-day lives in favor of making the pit crew headquarters a reality. With the last detail handles, we gather outside one of the two front doors to our suite of apartments and are ushered in by Gian. Thank you for your patience. I wanted to make sure everything was just right before the big unveil. Without further ado, welcome to the pit crew headquarters. Also known as my apartment, to be specific. One of the two connected apartments, we installed a door so you can pass back and forth without needing to go into the main hallway. Both apartments have cozy kitchen, spacious bathroom, and 2 bedrooms. According to the room assignments you've requested, Jinx and Grace will share a room, while Ursa Major will be by herself. An even number of bedrooms and an odd number of residents means Ursula Major gets her own room. What luck! In this apartment, you'll also find Grace's classic gaming library and Jinx's music library. Please consider playing your albums at a lower volume, dear sister. I promise nothing. Moving on. The second apartment is where we've assembled your shiny new FOD2 game. Here you'll also find Rhapsody's streaming rig and kitchen fully stocked with your favorite snacks. But please eat something other than pizza, bagels, and nachos. We installed a stove for a reason. Dapper and Rhapsody will be sharing one of the bedrooms, assuming I'm not out partying all night long, of course. Wonder if we'll even use the room. I'll be pulling a lot of all-nighters editing FOT strategy videos. And the other bedroom will be occupied by Domino and Loxley. Do we get bunk beds? Bunk beds are awesome, but I take the lower bunk. Heights make me nauseated. Last they are but singletons, but regardless, I swear that we shall bond as roommates and brothers, my good fellow. And that's everything. Rent is due the first of the month sharp. I understand your sponsor's budget is tight, but if you all pitch in, should be more than enough. Any questions? Just one.
Aw, yeah.
Who's going to play the very first round of FOD in this sweet new pad? Are you calling dibs? Oh, heck no. Just checking if anybody else is calling dibs. If not, I think I've got a cool idea. Zapper sets back and nudges both Jinx and Grace step forward. I say we have a battle for hygiene officer of the pit crew headquarters. That means Jinx and Grace teaming up against Ursula Major. What? Accepted. Great. Losing team has to clean our apartments for a week. There are stakes now? Oh dear. It's cool. We're gonna clean headquarters by wiping the floor with Ursula Major. You and I got this, Grace.
Okay.
We got this. We'll win. Then as my partner, I pick... Oh no, you don't get to pick. We need to make this fun. Oh man, we're gonna use online matchmaking and team up with a rando. What?
Nice.
Matter, don't you think you can carry some scrub to victory? What's a little one-sided beatdown between friends? Friendly curb stopping sounds like a party I want to go. Let's do this. We gather around the single screen game, plugging in joysticks and keyboards and such. It's more cramped than the spacious 2-screen deluxe version, but we manage. I let the matchmaker spin its wheels until eventually it settles on. Your partner is XX Smurfette69XX. Nice. That's my random partner? Silly name, but so what? No, I know the handle. That's not just some rando. That's DKey's Smurf account. Oh my goodness. Smurf, yeah, nobody else knows what a Smurf account is? An alternate fake game handle you play under when you want to fight without anyone knowing who really are. I knew it was somebody's Smurf account. What the hell is DK doing playing on the old Smurf account? She's a big-time P2W competitor now. Don't want to play with someone you don't like. We could cancel a match and try again. No, let's see how this plays out. I'm curious. You insist? Go, loser scrubs toilets for a week. With chores on the line and my rival for some reason ending up having my back, I line up my fingers and keys and get ready to fight. This is interesting.
Fight.
Grace. I'm a tricky and managed to pull a weird special move. Yeah. Jinx. It's a risk using my once per game ultimate, but the timing is right. I channel my energy, pour it in. Something Grace wasn't prepared for. Yep. Could try to throw here, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah, they had an ultimate left. Okay, we were dead. We were dead in the water.
You lose.
Accept the loss. My gosh, we won. We really won. Good work, Grace. We make a damn good team. Indeed we do. I know I'm not as serious a competitor as you, but I have to admit, I really felt a rush there. Yep, you both hot hard. Guess my win streak's broken now, huh? You're better than P2W, L7, and now me. I'm happy for you, yeah? Happy to great to see. Still in a roll, still headed to the top. One loss doesn't change that, especially a low stakes loss like this. It's fine. I'm just glad I could enjoy a game with my friends. That's what I'm looking forward to most now that we're together. Being able to share something we love, more so than ever. I'm excited. I'm about into this. Let's keep going. How about a battle between Apartment 109's roomies? Domino and Loxley against Zapper and Rhapsody. Indeed. Domino, we ride to battle as one. Tally-ho and all that crap. You know I'm always down, Rhapsody. You're ready. You bet. I got some new techniques I want to try out. With the team swarming around our new game, everyone eager to have fun. Turn. They'll be playing long into the night, no doubt. I had my moment in the sun. Besides, there's something odd about the battle which I may want to look into. I should call up DK and ask why she was playing on a fake account. I really don't care about the rival, but I mean, there might be more story there. I think we just want to hang out with the team more. Not really any of my business, besides basking in the warmth of the Helmet's morning party feels great. I want to break the flow. When my sponsor suggested the idea of building a team house, it felt to me like the next logical step. Get a team together, get sponsored, get a house, fight in tournaments, qualify for the Pro Tour, win the Pro Tour, host a trophy. And then, immortality. Every single step along the path being a hard granite slab you smash down into the ground. There's more to this new home than just stepping stone. It's like how that fight was about more than who won or lost. It was about us, making something all of us can share together. Win or lose, champion or failure, we built something today, and I hope it lasts a long, long time. The best days are ahead of us. 3 days later. Complete with the SpongeBob music.
Okay, who replaced the desktop wallpaper on my computer with a photo montage of scary clowns? It's not funny.
What happened to my lucky socks? They were right here. I need them. I need my lucky socks.
Someone left the door open, and now Minx is lost in the building. And that someone better find her, or that someone is gonna get an ass whooping.
Loxley, I swear to R and Jesus, if you don't stop humming that song under your breath, I'm gonna tear out your throat and feed it to you.
The best days are ahead of us. Honest. Meow, says the kitty next to me. Hi, kitty. That was a whole episode. It's cute, but trouble. Yes. Level 3. Let's take a look at your scores. You're in Jinx's passenger seat. Grace should be close behind. You're proving to be level-headed, rational, and honest. Yeah, like I say, Zapper and Loxley really don't. They just don't vibe with me very much. All right. Well, I could theoretically probably squeeze in another episode tonight, but that would probably be just like way too much for my voice. Might play another game because I'm not really done streaming today, I don't think. Let's put there. See, what else do we want to play today? XCOM was really laggy, so I don't want to play that. The MechWarrior 5 update is tomorrow, I think. Oh, no, it's in 2 hours. Interesting. The MechWarrior 5 releases in about 2 hours. So, for the update. So, yeah. Over here. MechWarrior 5. Call to arms. Basically, melee combat is the big ad. The switching mechs on death is interesting. Yeah, the switching mechs on death, the Steiner Scout Lance. It's a meme lance. Basically, it's like the whole meme is that the Steiner um would happily march in on their Scout Lance with 4 assault mechs. And yeah, so that's the whole thing. So they're gonna be able you'll be able to use an overtonnage lance for less rewards if you want to do so. Obviously the big thing is melee combat. Huge ad. They had the Hatchet Man that they added earlier. But this will have a whole bunch of new melee weapons and new melee chassis. Should be interesting. I think we've heard that the cost on this is gonna be like $20-$30. So that is some concern how much this is gonna cost a little bit, because it's kind of, there's not a whole lot of content. Okay. As far as there's only one mission arc with 5, or one story arc with 5 missions. That's it. So it's pretty lean as story update goes. Which Legends of Kestrel Lancers and Heroes of the Inner Sphere both had a lot of updates on story. Heroes of the Inner Sphere had a lot of side mission stories added in. Legend of Kestrel Lancers had an actual full like a mini campaign that went along. You played as the Kestrel Lancers, which are a historic group, part of the Fourth Succession War, the very start of the Fourth Succession War. So that was interesting. But I think the new mechs and the replayability factor that they're adding in with Call to Arms probably justifies the cost. If it's more than $20, I don't know. If it's 30, that might be pushing it. But 20, I'm okay with. Second here. Game is maybe gonna cause me some problems, but I'll put this in chatting. Since we are chatting and not really doing anything else. Da, 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 da. Okay. Let's see. What else? What other game should we play? could actually play some League of Maidens. Play some STO. Wait, was there... STO's update was today, right? Let's see. Let's see what they got going. I think they have the... Oh, they're offline. Star Trek Online is currently experiencing issues. We're working to resolve them ASAP. This seems to be a problem every single update now. So right now, Star Trek Online has the this is a lower deck ship. It's at the very end of season 2. It's kind of barely there. You would have thought they would have used the ship from Weiju instead, but they did do the Nova update from this same episode. Or not the Nova update, the Rhode Island. The Rhode Island update. Which might also be the Nova. But yeah, so this is going to be the new R&D lockbox ship. The R&D lockbox ship is probably not something I am not. Hold on. I don't see myself dumping a lot of money into an R&D lockbox ship. Those are so hard to get. The Cerritos was more money than I cared to spend. But I got that one because I had to have a Cali class. I've been asking them to put a Cali class in the game, like, since the first episode of Lower Decks aired. So, but this is kind of like a, okay. If you want a cool Vulcan ship that looks kind of cartoony, you know, kind of animated look, then this is the way to go. Whoever's doing their demo record stuff, it's good, but they're just not as good as some that other people do. I don't know. It just doesn't hit right. Let's see if they've got an actual update. They just have the patch notes. Let's go to Twitter. People, hold on, I gotta go AFK a minute. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, well, definitely no Star Trek Online. They go and get somebody to lock themselves out. See what is up with Star Trek Online. We had an unexpected crash of the PC servers, working to get them back up now. Thanks for your patience. Well, interesting. Interesting. All right. We are not going to play Diablo Immortal. I don't think I want to play Star Citizen. Maybe I'll just call it good for today. That's the way to go. We'll just MMO Bytes finishing up their stream probably soon, but we'll go ahead and just go over there and finish out the day watching their stream. And then we've got Guild Wars 2 tonight with Massively OP, so go ahead and go over there. That'll be tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific, should be. Yeah, that'll be in 2.5 hours, so we'll definitely do that. And that'll give me time to maybe grab something else to eat and go from there. So let's go to MMO Byte and we'll just raid over there. So thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye.
Having difficulty reading subtitles. Sometimes it forces me to watch dubbed anime. Naruto was